So this old stove here was left behind. I found the bricks for the inside of it way down there inside the storage shed where all my tools are. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. I got some Windex on there sitting there right now. I've chopped up some wood. I had to use an axe over there because the electric wood splitter, and I know I should have a gas one, but this is what I use in San Diego. I didn't need a gas one. Will not work with that Anker solar system. But I got some wood from that tree over there. A lot of branches have fallen off of it. Eventually I'm gonna take that tree down. And we really need a fire right now outside just to like dry things off. It's been raining here. Look at all of our boots, right, and our shoes. And once they get wet, they don't dry out the next day. And I know everything down in the south's been getting hit with hurricanes. So I think we've had rain for about 7 days. So let's clean this guy up and see if we can get it going. Twin, I'm enjoying my tasty beverage. Cuts Down root beer. All this stuff right here that was found inside, that is from rats piling it up in there to live in there. So I'm just gonna give it a good dust one over. It's always good, man. See, this broom broke, but I keep stuff like this, man. Homesteading, you never know. You can use a little something like this. You can use it, don't throw it away. All right, now I'm gonna wet it down a little bit. And if you guys hear me sniffing all the time, all the videos, I have allergies. I've had allergies my whole life, and today they're really bad. This handy dandy glass cleaner. I already did the glass a little bit, but I'm just gonna coat it, and I'm gonna come over this with a wet rag. Just see if I can make it look a little bit more presentable, you know, but it's not gonna be showroom ready. It's just something they left behind. So I'll clean it up a little bit. See if we can make it kind of pretty for our uses. Let that sit for a second. Myself an old bucket, has rainwater in it. We're just gonna start washing this thing off. You don't need to see me do this whole thing, but we'll get back to here in a second. Here's one of my favorite knives. My brother gave it to me. Let's see, the name brand's right here. I don't know how you pronounce that. I think it's Ator. My brother was in the Navy, EOD. He actually had a Dolphin that used sonar to find mines, and then my brother would go down and disassemble the mine. But when my brother was in Australia, he met a guy down there in the Special Forces for Australia, and they traded knives. And he gave me this one. I've had this for about almost 30 years now. It is awesome, and I'm gonna use it to make some kindling. There's all kind of ways to make kindling. I'll show you a whole bunch of different ways, but right now I'm just gonna do something simple. I'm just gonna split this wood up a little bit. I'm gonna hit the knife right here. And I could just take another thing because there's a blunt tip right here where I can go through, or on right here on the knife there's a blunt tip right here, and you can hit it with like a hammer. There you go. And this is gonna take a while, but I can get a bunch of these going. Let's see. Let me get another one. Be careful when you do this. There you go. So far, you know, I got 3 of these, and I can make them smaller. We can start a fire with that. All right, you can see I've been cutting the grass, and then I have all this grass over here. And this stuff is kind of basically like, hey, you know, this is what the cows eat. I'll grab some of this, like this. Grab a little bit more right here. I'll show you what I do with it. All right, I'll take this over here. Okay, so this is dry grass, you can see. And I fold it once like this, and I just wrap the thing around like this. And I make these little bundles. You see that bundle right there? I got another bundle. And this is what I'll use to start the fire. So here's some fire starters that Meredith made. She took some egg cartons, right? And she filled it up with lint from the dryer. And she put old wax from candles. You can also use Vaseline. And what's cool, since it's like a dozen of these, you can just break on off and use them as needed. So we're gonna use this to start the fire. So these guys are cool because they're $3.90 free, man. You got egg cartons, you already got them hanging around. Lint in your dryer, and some beeswax or candle wax from old candles, or like I said, Vaseline. Now I got my straw in there, my little wrapped up grass dolls. And now I'm gonna build my little log cabin. And eventually we're gonna show you our EDCs, everyday carry. I got my hip pouch here. I'll show you all the stuff I got in there. I got my flashlight. I got a walkie-talkie. Over here I got a multi-tool. But in here, wrapped up, is a Zippo lighter. So of course there's way better lighters for doing like homesteading or survival type things, but I like Zippos because they remind me when I was a kid. I love the way they smell, you know, and they're pretty reliable. Oh, it's getting kind of windy, but look, it's still going. But let me get this going right here. Get that link going. Oh yeah. Oh, I dropped it. All right, so I got this going. All right, now we're gonna put it on the fire. Put it over here a little bit. All right, let's see what happens. Things should start cooking in there. So the way you light fires is you close these a little bit and you just give it a crack like that, just a little bit of crack, so the air can come through. And once it gets going, we can shut it. But let's give that a second. I'll come back. So I got a nice little flame going back in there. So I loaded it up because the wood's kind of wet, so it was a hard start. I'm not gonna say that I didn't put any liquid flammable stuff on there when the video wasn't rolling, but hey, I got to do what I got to do right now. The wood's wet, our shoes are wet, we got to get this thing going. So kind of been working on the fence, dug the hole. Let's go back and check out the fire. And I have to go back because from experience from doing this kind of stuff, fixing things up, I'm no professional. I'm not a general contractor or carpenter. I basically just learn as I go. Thank goodness for YouTube. But over the years, I've noticed you always forget one thing. Like at Home Depot, you get all your supplies, you get home, you're like, oh man, I need this size nail or screw or piece of wood. And right now, I need to go back home because I need my leveler to finish that job up there. So let's go check out the fire and just see what it's been going. It's been going for about a half an hour. Oh, Winston, you've been in the river, huh? Let's go check out the fire, little man. Come on. Well, I can already see the fire's doing pretty good. I was telling Meredith we need to put some kind of like metal rack up there for her shoes, but we can put her shoes on top of the wood that's drying, huh, babe?
For now, until it gets hot.
Yeah, it's not hot yet. Huh? It's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. And then, you know, we can take this off. You can put a pot on here and cook on there.
For sure. Definitely.
All right, guys, so you know we did the fire. So, babe, I think we did a thing.
You did a thing.
Stay tuned. But I'm coming home. I'm coming. I'm coming home. I'm coming. Homestead Overland, Virginia.